super chat from last week was this one. We've talked about this, but Kamels, I hope I said it right. New Zealand, RVD, consider opening a wrestling school someday. Rob, you talked about doing it, like your thought process on training other wrestlers and stuff like that. Touch upon a wrestling school, so to speak, if you will.
Yes. So over the years, I have had the thought circle through my brain once or twice. I did try for a little time to train a couple of guys that really weren't really athletic. They were friends of mine. I thought if I could train them, then I could have other people to help me if I get students. So it's not just me in there, but they had no business being in the ring, and I found out I really didn't have the patience. I don't understand why people don't understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so it frustrates me. And that's what I was talking about earlier about working on patience. Sometimes I'll be talking and someone looks at me like I'm not speaking English. And all I can, and I mean, what are options? Say it again, more peacefully and slower. That would be good. But also, here's an option B. Say it again, but say it louder and dramatically. Like, what the fuck don't you get? And really, that's probably not the best choice. Although a lot of times it seems like, the lowest hanging fruit. So you grab it and you do it. Things escalate. You get a response. And anyway, that's what I was talking about. Also about being passive.
It all ties together. Yeah.
Always, everything does.
Mm-hmm. And it's true too. I can't remember who I was talking to this about, but I was
What are
using.
you talking to it about?
I want to say it was Greg and Magnum.
Say it.
So it was, you look at guys
Greg
like
Magnum?
Greg and Magnum. You look at guys like Michael Jordan and stuff like that, and they're just so talented, and they're like above everybody else in a lot of ways when it comes to like what they're able to do in on the basketball court or whatever field they're in. And like when you put them in a coaching perspective or a management perspective, they're not able to like convey it because they have this their own level of talent. It's like, yeah, why aren't you getting this kind of thing? So I think there's that kind of thing too, where it's you're not able to kind of explain it sometimes. I think might be tough,
I think, I am probably not good enough at explaining. And, I live by example. I explain by example. So I'll get in there and show you my, explosive dramatic moves. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'll be like, is that what I did? Why are you doing it that way? I told you to do it this way, or just, and it just, I told you don't put your hand there. Why do you keep doing that? And, things like that. I don't know that I would want to work through that. Of course, as we learned before, I would if there's a reason, right now, can't think of a reason. It wouldn't be for passion or because I want to spread my wisdom of wrestling. So it would take a reason that I don't know. I could see maybe more possibly. I don't even know. I was gonna say like I've never done a seminar. Every once in a while, somebody wants me to do a seminar, and I'm like, same reason. I don't do that. But at least if there's guys that are already good, and I'm looking at the best of what they got, trying to sharpen them up a little bit, then maybe that would be something that I could communicate and relate to more. I don't know, but same thing about my stretch video. Someone asked recently, can it be available on a platform? I always, my whole career until just a couple of years ago, wanted to do my stretch video, and I have filmed it several times, different locations. I've thought and rethought all these different ways of conveying what I'm doing and what's going on in my body, in my head, in this space. And it's like, I can't do it. It's counterproductive to even talk while I'm doing my stretch. It's such an inner inner body experience for me that I think it might just be an inner Rob experience. And I probably, at this point, I don't think that I'm going to have it available because, man, me and DDP were going to do it. And he was going to distribute it through his distribution channels that he does. You know, DDP, why, you know, his yoga is, we all know, very successful.
Yeah.
So it seems like a no-brainer. But you know, even with the most imagination I can have, there's just so much going on between what you see, which is the actual position that I'm in, and what am I really feeling? Like, where is my weight being bared? Where is it being free? You know, like where's my weight balanced, and how does that affect the muscles? Are the muscles that are holding my weight are going to be used and more contracting so that I can relax the muscles that are not holding my weight? And then you know, there's breathing, and then there's like, besides this position that you can see with my legs, now I'm also going to turn at the waist, you know, clockwise, you know, maybe about 95 degrees. And then I'm going to also bend back at the lower spine and look up. And then there's all these things going on. And it's even imagining using like green screen technology, or not green screen, but I'm sorry, like graphics. I was thinking graphics where maybe I could show you like what muscles are being worked. Like, even with all of that, I still don't have a vision of how I could present this where, because even like if I did an audio track that was separate and you played that, but I just did my own stretch and recorded it, which is what I thought of doing at one time, I just feel like that would detach you from it so much, because I don't know, I'm going, you know, see me, you know, like see how I'm leaning forward, and I'm dipping my shoulder in right there. I don't know, because then it's like, you know, that's different than doing it with me, watching me and understanding. And I thought maybe I have commentary on or off so they can get to know it and use some digital graphics and this and that. But in the end, I just think it might just be an inner RVD kind of experience. I'm always happy to give tips.
Yeah.
You know, especially when it's something specific that I can answer easily, you know.
It's got to be tough to convey it too, like how you want, you know, the
so
benefit
much going on.
Yeah, the benefit you're getting from it. It's hard to describe to those person or the people what they're doing, even when you're in time doing it. I was not, because I had the DDP Y videos and stuff like that, and I would be doing it. And I'm like, how it's pretty amazing that DDP is able to do it at the same time and then talk about doing it.
Right.
I think it's pretty remarkable.
That's one of the things for his workout that he really believes is he wants you to like count reps and talk, and he wants everyone to do it in the whole class. When I was, you know, I did his class when I was there. I walked Stevie Richards through my part of my stretch. We didn't get real far because it's so long too. But anyway, while we're, you know, doing the workout, he wants everyone to be, you know, to be like, and down, 9, 8, 7, 6. Come on, RVD, 3. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of it. You know, sometimes I think about that when I'm doing I'm stepping up and down on my steps, you know, real quick, and it's a lot easier to be like and just do it instead of being like 1 up, 2 and 3 and like just doing that, and all of a sudden it's so much harder. And I think of him, and I do that, and I make myself do it.
yeah. I know. I'd be in my apartment just doing it by myself, like counting aloud as I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah.
And it's really good for wrestling when you think of it, because we have to exert so much energy. And it's not like we get to go 3, 2, 1, like starting a race. We're already doing something, and we got to do more. And so it's really good for a lot of reasons, but that's one of them.
Yeah. That's great stuff.
Yeah.